So, without further ado, I will do my daily check in. This is Friday, August the 24th, 2019. And in this series of videos, I'm chronicling my struggles, my successes with my diet and exercise, which seems to be a focus of quite a bit of my consciousness. Whether I like it or not, whether I acknowledge it or not, whether I speak about it or not, it just happens to be the case. So yesterday I had a wake-up call that I was perhaps headed in the wrong direction. My scale came in at like 4 pounds more after a second weigh-in, and I decided to rein myself in, which because of that awareness, I actually did rein myself in yesterday. I had very light food, basically. What did I have? Like tofu, scramble, fresh tomatoes, steamed broccoli. When I had my snack, I had carrots and celery. I probably had a kombucha at night. I did have that spaghetti I spoke about yesterday. I just heated it up and I had delicious sauce. Oh my goodness, with just like a ratatouille of vegetables. Plus, I baked a um, Morningstar griller burger in the oven, and then I just chopped it up and made it like meatballs on top of it. And it was so good. Oh, it was so exquisite. I didn't make too much of it. That's one of my problems is sometimes I'll just kind of overestimate the amount of food, excuse me, that I need to eat on a daily basis. And but I did very well yesterday. Apparently, because when I got on the scale this morning, after drinking my 3 glasses of water, my 48 ounces of water, before having anything else, I came in at 126.6 again. Wow. So I think the scale thing was sort of an aberration into the 30s, but I also did exercise last night. I hit it hard. I did my treadmill, which I'm using that's not motorized and seems to really work out well. In terms of using my leg muscles, I sweat, and that's one of the definitions of athleticism is do you sweat? And I was. And then I did some crunches on a machine. I did some Stairmaster, went into the weight room and did some leg work and the thighs, and then I'd use this little round thingy that helps with thighs, inner thighs, outer thighs. And so I did about, I'd say, a little over an hour of exercise, but I really was into it. And one of the reasons I was able to do it, I think, was because I was listening to a Rich Roll podcast with this girl, Gwen Jorgensen. Excuse me. Gwen Jorgensen, who is just this like natural born athlete. She's just amazing, and I really enjoyed the interview. Somebody who's just kind of naturally gifted physically. She went to the University of Wisconsin, my alma mater. Our physiology is actually quite a bit like mine. I went to look at her online. I was listening to the podcast. When I looked at her, she actually is 5'9" and kind of built like me. And it's just a joy to listen to that podcast. Very inspirational. I love to listen to really high achieving people physically because it breaks the boundaries. It breaks through the possibilities. Also puts me in the mindset of success and kind of being part of a team, kind of a worldwide team of people who are striving to improve themselves, right? And anyway, so my numbers on the scale were pretty much the same. 20.3 of fat, 18.9 of BMI, 45.8 of water, and 34.1 of something, body mass, I don't know. Anyway, and my measurements around my leg actually came in 16.5, 19.5 at the top, which that's better than 20, 36 for hips, 32 for bust, 10 for arms. So anyway, so that was my measurements. But the reason I measure myself every day is to stay accountable. It's very important for me to measure myself to get all my numbers because it puts it in my mind which direction I'm headed in and where I'm at. When I let it lapse and I don't have that awareness, that's when I tuck in to all the fattening food that I have somehow allowed myself to bring into the house because I'm feeling so whatever, you know. And I have one croissant left. I checked it after breakfast. I had a tofu scramble for breakfast and carrot juice. Oh, so good. Really good. And everything was non-fat. I just used broth. Just do the scramble. And of course the carrot juice is non-fat and very satisfying. I feel very satisfying. One of my maxims for dieting is not to be hungry, to eat to satisfaction. Just watch what I eat, you know, because that starvation thing doesn't work for me. I have one croissant left. I checked, and that's good that I don't have three, because that might be problematic. But I will put that croissant to good use. I don't have a nice fresh tomato to make a tomato sandwich, but I don't know. Maybe I can buy a tomato or something. But anyway, so that's it for today. I just wanted to check in. These videos really do help because it's my, accountability process, and it seems to be working. I'm totally inspired by this Gwen Jorgensen. She's just really amazing, and if she can do what she does, I can exercise for an hour a day, and just remember that it needs to be a priority, to give myself permission to make it a priority and to put other things aside. Yep. And I also watched my Aikido video last night before I went to bed. I did Aikido reading when I got up because I need to get myself more into the mindset of Aikido, and because I'm failing so badly in class, which is normal and natural. That's what I'm finding from listening to these beginner Aikido talks, is that that's the way you learn Aikido. It's just by being a real fool in the beginning, and just, you have to go through it. If you're not willing to go through it, you're not going to make it. And it's very embarrassing because I like to be good at stuff. Everybody does, when you're really bad at something and people are looking at like, are you retarded? How come you can't catch on to this? And maybe I am slower than others. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's my quest, and I can only bring me to class. I can't bring somebody else to class, and I've decided to continue with it. So more will be revealed.